guys, Kailey Michelle here. We're here today to talk about writing wedding vows. But before I share my 3 questions to ask when writing your personal wedding vows, I want to share this. You'd be surprised how many couples are intimidated when starting to write their vows. They put it off for months, and it always ends up being the final countdown. They're at the wire. It's 24 hours before their wedding. Some of them, it's the morning of. And I want to share this with you. To write truly meaningful wedding vows, you need time to sit, to ponder on them. But it's not a daunting task. I truly believe that if you have the right questions, you'll be prepared and armed to create vows that will stand the test of time. So here they are. Here's my 3 questions to ask when writing personal wedding vows. The very first one is, would you say it in conversation? I know that seems like a silly question, but a lot of times people write these flowery statements when it doesn't even sound like something they'd say out loud. So what ends up happening is when they share it face to face with their bride or with their groom, they stumble or they stutter. So when you're creating your vows, write it in a way that sounds natural to you and is actually something that you would say to your fiance to their face. So that's number 1. The first question is, would you say it in conversation? Number 2 is, can you mean it when you're mad? Marriage is tough work. There's no doubt about it. Talk to anyone, whether they've been married 1 week, a year, 5 years, 40 years, my grandparents, 60 years. There are moments where you tend to get frustrated with each other. You're bound to get mad. And in those moments, having vows that you can hold on to, things that you truly can mean, even when you're mad, those are the kind of things that you need to say. While they might not sound as flowery, they're truth. And truth is always the most beautiful thing. That's number 2. Can you mean it even when you're mad? And the third and final question that you need to ask yourself when writing personal wedding vows is, and to me, this is the most important, can it stand the test of time? The reality is that your love will change. What it looks like when you get married will look vastly different to what it looks like when you've been married 30 years. Love changes, it grows, it blossoms, it deepens. So if your vows are something frivolous or fluffy, like, I promise to, I promise to spend my entire life baking you cookies. It's a terrible example, but a lot of times people use sentiments and statements that apply to them now, but won't necessarily stand the test of time. So later on, when you have kids running around and you don't have any time to bake cookies, and the fact that you even got to the store and bought them for Sunday morning is such a blessing, then that vow doesn't apply. So make sure that when you are writing your vows, that it's something that will stand the test of time, that will be true, that will be valid today, tomorrow, and in 30 years. So as a recap, these are your 3 questions. Would you say it in conversation? Can you mean it when you're mad? And will it stand the test of time? I guarantee that if you ask yourself these 3 questions when writing your personal wedding vows, you will come up with the most meaningful, genuine, and beautiful wedding vows. And one last thing, let me just say this. It's not about creating something totally original that you've never heard before. It's about creating something that binds the 2 of you. Marriage is a covenant. It's not just a contract. It is, covenants say, I'll carry you when I can't carry myself. And then you'll carry me, and vice versa. It says, I'm going to love you when you're completely unlovable. It says, I'm going to try. I'm going to make it work even when I don't want to, and even when I think I can't do it anymore. Marriage is the most beautiful, sacrificial act of service. It's the ultimate act of loving relentlessly. And these vows, they are what seals that covenant. So remember that. It's not necessarily making it about something unique and wow-worthy to your guests. It's something that you're going to treasure for the rest of your life, that you're going to go back and look at and remember, oh yeah, that's what I promised, and I can keep that. So until next time, I hope these tips really help you create meaningful wedding vows. If you have any other awesome tips, please just leave them in the comment section below. And before you go, if we haven't yet connected on social media, please come and find me there. It's where I get the opportunity to get to know you on a one-to-one level. And I do my ultimate best to respond to every single comment. I truly look forward to getting to know you. Have a great day.